Alright guys, so here is a little update on my, probably one of my most, if not the most unorthodox fanfiction idea I've ever had. Now for those who remember, I did a little video on this a while back, before when I wanted to leave YouTube and go to Vlaire, but since Vlaire's being an ass, I've had to come out of retirement for a short period of time. And this story is called The Paradigm Wars. Now, the Paradigm Wars has a fun little backstory behind it. You see, it has something to do with this wall behind me. So, the Paradigm Wars is basically a story that was inspired by my pop figure collection, because I remember doing a live stream and someone said, "Hey, that looks like a selection screen from a fighting game, for a fighting game." I was like, "Yeah, that's fun," and I'd usually be like, you know, talk about, like, all the little intros and whatnot these characters would have and stuff like that. And it kind of snowballed into, a fun little idea of a fanfiction I will never write. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to, like, do a further updated version of that and just kind of throw it out there and see what you guys thought of it. So let's talk about the backstory for this game that will never happen. So the Paradigm Wars, in this story, there are these race of beings called the Paradigm. And the Paradigm are a race of godlike cosmic beings who have all this omnipotent power, and they essentially are, you know, they're kind of like the Q. But the thing is that they have no concept of good or evil. They don't have any, like, concept of it. And it's something they've always, like, they've attained all this power, but they don't, like, know how to use it. Like, they have all of these powers and godlike abilities, but, like, they don't know what to do with it. So they hold a contest and bring all of these fighters, all these heroes and villains from across the multiverse together in, like, a Secret Wars kind of competition. And they basically say, okay, look, here's the deal. You guys are going to be put in this world we created, and whichever side wins is going to be our influence. Like, you're going to influence, like, which is better, the side of good or the side of evil, and in return, we'll grant you whatever you want, and we'll let you also sit at the table with us. We will give you our power, and you will be like our basically our messiah, or someone who will lead us. Like, one of you will not only get what you want, but also have godlike abilities, and also be the leader of the Paradigm, because you know what's best for us now. So, the heroes and villains are like, shit. Wow, okay. So, the Paradigm basically bring all these characters together from the multiverse, and a lot of them are very different, like, there's even from not only just different universes, but also different timelines. Because it's all characters from my pop wall. It's all the characters I have currently on my pop wall. Like, I have Zuko, but it's Season 1 Zuko, because this was the first wave. So I wanted to explain it that, you know, the Paradigm, to make things interesting, they wanted to see how heroes would do if they had to fight one of their friends. And as such, when Aang, Toph, and Katara arrive, and Azula and Zuko are brought in, it's the Zuko from Season 1. So this version of Zuko has no memory of being friends with them. You know, this Zuko is, they know Zuko is their friend, but this is a Zuko from a different timeline, and is willingly working with Azula, and there's no Iroh here to guide him. So that's pretty bad. Same thing with Android 17. 18 is working with the Z Fighters who are here, which on the pop wall stand as Goku, Goku, Piccolo, Tien Chaozu, and now 18. You know, it's Goku, Piccolo, Tien, Chaozu, Trunks, and it's also Trunks from Dragon Ball Super, and Android 18. So those are the Z Fighters here so far. Whereas Android 7, this is Android 17 from the Android Saga. So 18 has to fight her brother, because they picked that timeline's 17. Whereas the 18 that was here is the one that's post Cell games. You also have, like, heroes and villains from across the multiverses, like, you have superheroes from the Marvel and DC universe, but it's from different eras. Like, the Thing in here, because I have the Thing as a pop figure, the Thing is Marvel 616 Thing. But there are a lot of characters who are MCU in here, so he's like, oh, Clint, you're not the Clint I know, but there are characters from the 616 universe. trouble is he's the only hero from Marvel 616. The other villains who are here are like Super Skrull, Electro, Dr. Octopus, so the other 616 characters are villains. So Thing feels really alone. Same with Superman, where he's got the Batman Who Laughs and Lex Luthor from his universe, and the only Batman he has at his side is Terry McGinnis. Because, yeah, the other ones are, like I said, Batman Who Laughs and a Joker Batman. Who in this, like, I have that pop figure was a Loot Crate exclusive where it's Joker Batman. Where I had in his universe the Joker Batman. That Batman died, and in a weird way, since Joker couldn't live without Batman, became Batman, but is still pretty fucked up and is, he claims to be a hero, but he's really fucking not. You also have all the horror characters. You got a lot. Basically a lot of characters in here. The other thing that I wanted to add of note is that the Paradigm wanted to make things even. They wanted to even the score. So a lot of the major powerhouses like Goku, Superman, even Cthulhu, their power levels kind of dropped a bit. Their power levels are dropped drastically. So now they have to fight other characters like, Jason, Michael, Freddy, and others that are now, like, they can now be hurt by these other characters. Because those powers were increased while theirs were... So now there's, like, an equal level now. There's, like, an equal level for all the heroes and villains. So whenever they fight, it's not like, oh, I can just blast you into oblivion with one hit. So the Paradigm wanted... Because they wanted to make it, like, an even game. An even footing for everyone. So yeah, the world that the Paradigm created is similar to, like, Battle World, in that it is a world where different, like, areas exist, but each one looks like a similar place. So it's kind of like a fighting game background. So you've got, like, one that looks like the Street of Metropolis, another one that looks like the Mystery Shack, another one that looks like the Haunted Mansion because Leota's here, who is on the hero side, because they've been making her a hero more often than not. So that's what I went with. You've got, like, a section of a street of Raccoon City. All of that is in here. So yeah. The other thing is that the heroes and villains each are split up. So the heroes they chose Superman as the leader because obviously it's fucking Superman. He's the pinnacle of justice, so of course they picked him. Whereas the villains kind of all fought each other to establish dominance among the villain team. It also doesn't help that the villains are a little outnumbered. So they have to establish, like, a quick rule, and the hero side has been kind of the last villain they had on their side was Android 17. So they're just a little outgunned. But the villain who's in charge is Maleficent, even though her and Sauron kind of co-rule. But yeah. So yeah, I thought it'd be kind of fun. Like, there's, like, of course, Lex Luthor. He's trying to have control. All the characters, like, have to interact with each other. And like I said, it all boils down to just a really dumb, fun idea that spawned from one little comment. So I thought it'd be just kind of fun to talk about that. But yeah. So there you go. Like I said, it was a fun little idea I had and nothing more. So, anyway. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Paradigm Wars? Do you guys like it, hate it? And if you've got a pop collection, what kind of story would you build around the characters you have in your pop collection? I know, it's probably the single weirdest thing I've ever asked, or ever, like, thrown out there as a subject. But, whatever. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.